Hi there, I'm Kambra Potter, and I'm here with Heretic, and we're going to get to know a little bit about Brian, Darren, and Mike, and what their band is all about. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Thank you, Kambra.
Of course. All right, guys, so I'm curious what Heretic means and why you chose that name for your band.
Well, heretic itself is a word that has a couple different definitions, and we're certainly aware of the fact that it tends to bring about a little bit of a reaction from people. So along the lines of the definitions, there's one that has a negative religious connotation, and that is absolutely not what we're about in any way. We don't advocate or go against any type of belief system. But the other definition would be someone that cuts against the grain, maybe that holds viewpoints that could be considered socially or politically controversial. That is definitely up our alley.
Definitely.
Very cool. So if you had to describe the, overall theme of Heretic, what would you say that it is? What type of music do you guys go for? How would you describe it?
We've talked about this before. I think the best category that suits us would be maybe alternative rock or just plain rock. I as a songwriter kind of approach it as we pull from all types of music, all types of rock music specifically. There's a very strong classic rock influence going on from a lot of bands from the 60s, late 60s and 70s. And also a very strong early 90s kind of alternative influence. The whole grunge thing was absolutely instrumental in influencing our sound. And a lot of those bands that came from the early 90s and also some metal. We do get heavier, so there's an edge to this music, and I would definitely not be being completely upfront with you if I said that we didn't have a pretty significant metal influence going on too. Yeah. So it's all the above.
Yeah.
So tell me how Heretic came together and how long it's been around. How long has it been a band?
Well, I formed the band, I think it was around 2005, and just started running some ads via Craigslist actually, and had a few false starts, but fortunately I met up with Brian in January of 2008, I think.
Yep.
Right?
Early 2008, yeah.
And Mike has come on most recently as of January of this year, but both of these guys have come into the mix via the wonders of Craigslist. So you want to elaborate?
Yeah, I came back. I was in Florida with family, and I came back to San Diego, where I am originally from, and was looking for a band. Saw Darren's ad, and sure enough came out, and wasn't really expecting that much. And I came out, and man, this guy is a great songwriter. I came in, and the songs were familiar yet unique. I felt like I've heard the songs before, and you were there. I came in and set up my stuff, and we started playing, and I felt like I knew the songs. Like, the songs have already been in my head, but I've never heard them before. They were so well structured and played, and I could feel his energy that it just happened, and we played 3 or 4, maybe 5 songs, and I felt like I knew the songs already. So it was excellent. I knew that I was in.
Yeah.
It was just on the dime right there.
Definitely
Let's
sounds
do
like
this.
there was a good chemistry and what's meant to be will be type of thing.
For sure.
Right place at the right time.
Happened.
What about you, Mike? How did you come on board?
Well, no, like we said, I've been here a fairly short time, about 5-6 months, something like that. But I had been out of a band for a little while. I had hadn't been playing music as much as I should have been, and so I decided, hey, you know what? I need to get in a band. So I looked up Craigslist. He was one of the first ones I saw there that had the same kind of musical taste as I did, and went into this little hole in the studio, and we rocked out, and it was a lot of fun, so kept coming back.
So, as far as the writing of the songs goes, where do you get your inspiration, and have you guys had any input on the writing, or is it mostly you, Darren? How do you go from having, from square one on a song and then coming out with the finished product? Is that a long process? Take me through the process.
Well, usually it starts with just me kind of coming up with the guitar riff when I'm practicing. Maybe something will come to me, and there's something to it usually that I'm able to identify as, hey, that would be a good foundation for a song. And then from there, I'll try to work up a vocal part to it. So I have this bare bones structure, like a framework for the song that consists of the guitar and the vocals. And then I bring it to these guys, and they
we essentially
flesh it out.
Write our own parts. So I write the drum parts, Mike writes his bass parts, but it's all coming around Darren's original song.
Very cool.
And his influences definitely, all of our influences are rubbing off on each other, so.
For sure. Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty cool, Darren, that you come up with the structure for the songs, basically, and then you guys chime in and write your own parts. So it's a collaborative issue.
Absolutely.
When you're writing, though, I'm sure your personal beliefs have to come into effect, right? I mean, the lyrics are very powerful and very meaningful. And one song in particular that I know you didn't play in the live performance earlier, but Blue Green Dream has a very strong message. And what are you trying to get across through that song? What's your goal and your point?
Right. Blue Green Dream probably has the most recognizable and strongest message of any of the songs. And by the way, from the album Blue Fires Away. That song is specifically about, global warming and natural disasters that seem to be continuously on the rise based on, an output of what we're doing as inhabitants of this planet. So, I think that while there has been a lot of attention put on global warming and the state of the environment, at the end of the day, it's not enough. It's not even close to enough. Because while it's nice to talk about these things and be aware of the fact that, this is going on, the action has to be taken. And there really hasn't been enough action because every single year that goes on, we see more natural disasters, we see more increase in global warming. It's science, it's proven. So until we as, human beings take the necessary steps to back off what we're doing and really make some major strides in that arena, I think, it's only natural to assume that these things are going to continue and probably get worse, and who wants to see that?
So you currently have your 2 albums, though, Blue Fires Away, and then what's the other album?
The other EP is Greetings, and they're both really strong as far as the songs that we picked to feature on those. There's a reason why we picked those songs first, but that doesn't mean that that's our best material, and it's absolutely, certainly not our only material to pull from. So we've got albums already worth of material that we can continue to put out there, and it's all A-grade stuff.
It's very exciting.
We think, anyway.
Well, for what I saw this morning, I know it was just a little preview, but it was pretty cool.
Awesome.
So
thank you, Kambra.
Oh, you're welcome. What's next for you guys? Any live performances? Any, going on tour? What do we got?
July 6th, 2013, we are playing Winston's in OB, Ocean Beach,
California.
Sure, check it out.
It's gonna be a great show, like a great sound there.
Happy hour.
That's right.
Drinks cheap.
The best hour ever.
Full hours, thank you. 2 full hours of Heretic, and we're really excited about that. We are definitely working away in here to make sure that we're way ready for it, but we're looking at that show to bring about some big things for us, and I think it's actually part of a marketing campaign. This interview and these videos that we just filmed in here are part of that. Our website, www.hereticband.com, is getting ready to go live. So it's been a lot to take on in just a short period of time, but all these things that we have coming together now are all part of a puzzle that is hopefully going to get put out there and presented as a whole that will be appealing to everyone that sees it.
So if we had to sum up everything that we've been talking about today, what can listeners or what can your fans expect from your music, from Heretic as a band?
I think first and foremost, diversity. And I think also that is where so many bands fall short, these days especially. My favorite bands throughout, my musical history have always been not just who I consider to be the most talented or the strongest, but the most diverse. Because repetition just gets so old when it comes into play with creativity. So I think that's one thing for sure is we have a lot of variety to our music. Not any 2 songs theoretically sound very much alike. So if you're looking for something that's kind of repetitive or in a box or one-sided, then we're probably not going to appeal to you. But if you like a bit of variety and to expand your horizons as far as rock goes, then I think we're going to deliver.
Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. And is there anything else that you'd like to tell your audience and your fans?
We'll see you soon. We're coming, and we hope to engage you guys as much as possible, as often as possible in the very near future. Thank you.
All in good fun.
Yep.
Well, I think we're all expecting very big things from Heretic. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to check out their website at www.hereticband.com. And of course, don't forget to like them on Facebook. I'm Kambra Potter. Thank you for watching.